Well, ladies and gentlemen, look on the screen. It's a bird. It's a plane. Now it's the dusty name Tory Lane, in my opinion. Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez, please with judge. Don't ruin my life. Doing a new trial hearing. Wow, they never do take accountability. How could the judge ruin your life? Let's get to the article first. Tory Lanez appeared in court for a new trial hearing Monday, May 8th, which was filed 2 months ago after initially being found guilty in the 2019 shooting case of Megan Thee Stallion. The Canadian rapper's new motion comes after he felt his original legal team was, quote, ineffective counsel, and since then has hired lawyers Matthew Barhoma and Jose Baez. Lane's Nide Star Peterson's new legal reps are working to present fresh DNA evidence to the jury and Judge David Hereford that they believe can exonerate Lane's from his detainment in prison. Now, Jose Baez, he was the one, I believe, what's that girl that was on trial for killing her baby? Oh my gosh, I can see her face now. Darn it. And she got off, which to this day I will never understand how the heck she got off with that decomposing scent in the trunk of the vehicle. But Becky got off. Becky would be just fine because Becky didn't do time. But back to this story. Yeah, I believe Casey Anthony. Yes, I believe it was Casey Anthony. So back to this story though. He says to the judge, don't ruin my life. How would the judge ruin his life? Did the judge meet you someplace and engage in some kind of activity? How would the judge ruin your life? You got yourself in front of the judge for shooting Megan Thee Stallion in the foot. Police phone calls, witness, then some witness all of a sudden disappears. No, nobody's slow except the Dusties. There's never any accountability. She took you, which I see him as a low vibrational performing Dusty, little miniature Dusty, to a function which she just shouldn't even associate. She has her issues, I'm sure, as we all do, but she took you there, and you had to be like a dusty chocolate drop, get the block hot with the cops. Why would you shoot at her and say, dance, B? A hood hat, and as I understand, he got the her hat. On this picture, it's not there, but yeah, male hood hat with a male hood rat with a hair hat. That's the behavior. Thuggery, thoughts, love violence. Can't just have a peaceful outing. It's got to be a shoe in. Just like when I remember they were filming The Bodyguard with Whitney Houston, and they said, which I'm like, really? Are you really serious? Girl, I'm sorry. She should have did better with Kevin Costner, honey. I would have left that chocolate drop with Kevin. Okay. Why would Bobby Brown? There are reports of him showing up on the set with a gun. Why? I'm sure there's security. That's the culture. My gun, my gun. I mean, I'm sitting up there now. Hate to say it, in jail, bent over, in jail, going crazy, fighting, shanking, stanking, afraid to go shower. My gun. Love violence. And a lot of people commit violence too. They'll commit on other people, but this right here is just violence within the group on their own. Not that I'm saying it should be on anyone in particular, but this they just see. I don't know why. My gun. And now, don't ruin my life. He could have ruined Megan's life. She was dragged through these internet streets like something crazy. Only this race of people will do this to their women. She was being blamed for it. She wasn't believed. She was in tears having to explain herself. Let Cardi B get shot. Not that I want that, but it's an example. I guarantee you those same dusty black men, they won't be sitting about Cardi. Now you can't be doing that, man. Now. Let a Kardashian, let any non-black woman experience what Megan Thee Stallion went through that night, that frightful night with the hood rat with a hair hat, Tory Lanez. Or the other men would be defending the woman because guess what? That's what men do. She's more successful. I've seen this little chocolate drop before, a few times, but I didn't know what it was. Everybody knows who Megan Thee Stallion is. I think these men are jealous. Why do you think they want to always pick, especially in the BC, the chocolate drops, the dusties, they want to always pick on women. Why? Because they can't, listen, they can't come for those other men. Guess what? They're inferior. Most of mentally, dusties are, they can't handle that smoke. Some will be, they're just bullies. I'm going after these women. Why do you think they're always trying to go after women? They can't fight other men. They're not prepared. They can't even challenge other men. They can't get on the same level. Are you kidding me? People say, oh, send them to the military. I hear you. I understand you. But don't they do like testing? These dusties not too bright. They don't want nobody dumb. I'm sorry. You can't. Military, they might see somebody that they know. Yeah, I remember him. He stepped on my toe. They cautioned me. Now I saw him taking out my baby mama. Child, instead of shooting the enemy, the fools might start shooting each other while they do it every day. Chicago, Baltimore. And you think the military want them? The military, I would imagine, I think you need to have discipline. I could be wrong, but I think these suckers are so dumb. The fools can't even follow directions. They are so stupid. They don't even know how to stay free. They up there run into that prison by the behavior that they do. One just done shot some people in the gas station over $3. His debit card declined. That's the next story. But this here, you can tell people are inferior by their behavior, not by the color of skin, but how you think, your behavior. No accountability. Don't ruin my life. The judge wasn't there that night. The judge was not there. So how could the judge ruin your life? No accountability. Let me guess, it's not his fault. I wonder how much money he spent on trying to save his little booty from prison. Don't ruin my life. You ruin your own life. Your actions. And think, these are the ones that black women try to protect. Megan tried to protect them. Remember? She lied to the cops. How did she get shot? Not by the cops. No, by Torey. He's been found guilty. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to be this new information that's, supposedly, hopefully, they're going to try to exonerate him. To the judge, don't ruin my life. And see, that's how people kill me talking about, oh, they're scared of an all black planet. We have too much dysfunction. I'm afraid of it too. Because, man, look, if it was mainly black men on these judges, as these judges, oh my goodness. It's like the one, Your Honor, my son didn't have the one that the girl got into the wrong car and he like stabbed her like over 100 times. It's like totally insane. Not my son, Your Honor. He didn't have no problem in high school. Man, this Negro in his 30s. His girlfriend working a double shift, I believe, at McDonald's. He driving around in her vehicle, smoking. That girl got in the wrong vehicle. There was no need for it. Blood in the vehicle connected to the DNA of the girl. I mean, it's like, what more do you need? But why do they do that? They do that because that's the culture of the BC. For the men, there is no accountability. Everything that happens to be the black woman, you could be standing, getting ready to cross the street, and you could get shot. Like the one that lady, I guess he tried to come on to or whistle or what have you, and she just ignored him. He shot her. So you could just be walking, just breathing, and there'll be a black man can come and do something to you, shoot you or something. Well, why was she standing on that street corner? What I don't know. Negro, she's going for a jog, fool. The light turned red. She had to stop. She's going for a walk to get some yogurt, get some coffee in the neighborhood. Why was she standing there though? She ain't been standing there. This is how backwards the group is. Why was she breathing that day? She should have stayed inside. She could have bought some yogurt at the store. Anything to avoid accountability. And here's a good thing: the world is watching. They see the ignorance. They see who the slow one is. The world is watching. When they see these mamas trying to sit up here, they see who the mammies are. No accountability, and that's why the majority are weak. No accountability. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of information they're going to supposedly, put together on this here. But you really had the nerve. Don't ruin my life. So I guess it was up to them. If a black man commits a crime against a black woman, then be it a shooting, a stabbing, unaliving, any kind of manner. If the BC were in charge, just go ahead and just, it's one of those things that happened. She shouldn't have got pregnant by him, and she shouldn't have put him on child support. Or when that woman took him in with his dust bucket and fear seed, then she shouldn't have put him out because he didn't have a job after staying with her for 6 years. She shouldn't have put him out. She kept getting on him about learning how to read to get that GED. Don't set that brother off. So what he shot her, they just let him go free. You think you have a problem now with the justice system? Put chocolate drops in it, and we know there's injustices. You betcha. Put men that look like this in charge of the whole bank. Oh Lord, have mercy. Are you think you put your marching boots on these past couple of years for black women? It would be worse. You'd be begging Zaddy back. Hate to tell you. Because why? The self-hatred. The self-hatred. It's very strong. Put them in charge. We're going to we're going to make it where these rappers, they ain't going to be paying for no crime. You got to get in that studio. That's my jam. I can't lock up my man with my jam. I think it would be ridiculous. Look at some of the judges. You see what some of the black men and women have done. A mammy on the bench. We've seen that. Commit crimes against women, be out. Now the woman got for real. Who let them out? So this here is another example of hashtag no accountability. This fool is how I see, in my opinion. He pleads with the judge, Zaddy. Don't ruin my life. Oh, pleading with the judge. Don't ruin my life. Who got you in front of the judge? Did the judge just come to your house? Who got you in front of the judge? Please, with the judge, don't ruin my life. No accountability. I hope he spent some prison time for what he did. Oh, I hope so. It needs to send a message. Prosecutor used the taxpayers' money once again. Game on. I hope he spends some time behind bars. No deal. I really hope he does. They're going to have to send a message to these chocolate drops because, see, they commit so many crimes against women because guess what? They are really unhappy with their lives. They are inferior mentally. They are. And they can't handle it. So they want to put all the frustrations out on women, on Black women in particular. So I hope he gets some, just at least give him a good 10 years, 10, 15. I wonder if he could be federal to make sure he does the entire time. I hope he really spends some time behind bars. Maybe cool him down. So anyway, let me know what you all think. No accountability. Blame everyone but you. Don't ruin my life. You did this. Don't ruin my life. The judge just doing his job. Just like Tyrese trying to get the activists for child support. These men as a collective, these dust buckets, they are a joke. Only thing is, it's a joke that's not funny. The whole world is watching. So let me know what you all think about Tory Lanez, the hood rat they say has a her hat. Let me know what you all think. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share. Simply Said on YouTube, and I'm out.